Welcome back to the Now You Know podcast. I'm Catherine Clausen, and today we're going to be talking about notebooks. Well, one of the things. So I'm just going to read a small bit of what I have here. I got a little drawing. I don't know. You're not going to be able to see it from there, but in the drawing it says "Positively Me," and that's from the Positivity Campaign. Across from me, I have
Yusra Lehman. Welcome back, everyone. And my note for today is leadership isn't built in a day, it is built daily. And we have a couple of new people onto the podcast, and one of which are
Malachi Matthews. My favorite quote is sometimes you have to open a door to close a window.
Okay, my name is Ibrahim Hadi. I'm new to the podcast group, but it seems like a nice community here. My quote is, you truly can support someone when you know your intentions align with them and their culture. Back to you, Catherine.
I think that's all we have. So we're going to be, at the end of this, you'll be saying, now I know. So one of the things we'll be talking about first is
intention and what that means to us. So within this past week, we were discussing that with our class, because something that both Ibrahim and I have done, we have put together a slide and have discussed it with everyone, the importance of intention, because we are both Muslim. We also know how important that is to the religion itself. And so we were discussing that with the class, and hopefully it will be informative for you guys as well. So firstly, I would like to ask, what does intention mean to you guys, like personally? Anyone want to go first?
The first thing that comes to my head is to get better, the intention to get better. I don't really know the definition for it, but intention can mean different things depending on the person.
Intention in my eyes starts from the moment that you wake up in the morning, the how you intend to take on the day, how your intention can help you throughout life as well. For me to have the intention to go to school every day with the goal to go to matric and pass this term as well. So that's my intention, and hopefully others will have the intentions to be something positive as well.
I like the positive, yeah. Malachi?
Just basically to do stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Yusra, host, do you have any other questions for us? Because it seems like intention can be spoke about in many different ways. I think we just need a guide.
Yes. So like Ibrahim said, it also puts you in a goal mindset, and your goals could either be long-term or short-term, depending on, what your intentions are. And it's important to actually make these intentions and you can have both good intention and bad intention. Anything that you do is determined on what your intention is behind it. You could be doing something very good, you can be giving charity, but what is your intention behind that? Is it to help the next person, or is it actually just for your own personal gain? And I feel like that's the thing that we also sometimes tend to struggle with, is that sometimes we lose track of also what our intention was and what our goals are for the end result and such. Do you have any examples of any good and bad types of intentions?
I would have to think about that one. I don't know. Ibrahim? Wait, come back to me. I'll think.
Yeah. So a good intention that I would think of is one of my good intentions that I would like to do is help out the community, like to take part in maybe a soup kitchen or something productive to help out the community in any way, shape or form. Even if that is to make a big pot of acne, for example, and then go stand there out in the community and then go hand out little buckets of that. That would be one of my intentions as well. Malachi?
My intention is to be great, just to be great,
That's great.
to be good, to be better every day.
I like that. I think for me, I'm gonna mention a bad intention is when you may be procrastinating, but you know you're doing it. So that's the intention of procrastination. Like you don't want to do something.
I'm gonna do it later.
I'm gonna do it later or now.
Yeah.
Yeah, South Africans, and a good intention, I think, would be waking up, getting out of bed, wanting to start the day on a good note. Yeah, I see we have slides.
Yes, we do. So we're going to talk a little bit about the impact of your intentions, and this was slides that were created by Ibrahim and I. So if we can go to the first part of it.
Just talk about it in the meantime.
Okay. So this slides basically talk about how intentions affect your entire life, because I feel like people don't bring enough attention to
This is the
what
first-
it is.
the first one?
The second page over there, or go to the third, it's fine. You can go to the third one there.
Ayana. Ayana.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yes, we can start here. So one of the things is that intention helps with personal growth and goal setting. So would anyone like to just read a little bit on this there from the slide?
I'll take it.
Okay.
Intention plays a vital role in personal development by setting clear and meaningful intentions. Individuals can align their actions with their values and aspirations. It helps in defining specific goals and working towards achieving them. For instance, someone aiming to adopt a healthier lifestyle may set the intention to exercise regularly and eat nutritious food.
And I feel like this actually resonates a lot with what BLOSK teaches us. And I feel like it's so fitting for this discussion to, like, since we are BLOSK students, for us to actually be conscious of our intentions itself. So, Malachi, could you read the next one, please?
In practices like mindfulness and meditation, setting positive intentions can enhance the overall experience. By starting a meditation session with a specific intention, such as cultivating compassion or finding inner peace, individuals can direct their focus and channel their energy towards that purpose.
And I feel like with meditation, some people tend to mock it because of certain cultures that relate to it and such. But I feel like there are so many different types of meditation that you can actually do. So does anyone have any other examples? Because I know there's obviously praying, but what are some other types of meditation that you guys feel?
I think for me, I do this one in the mornings, is when I don't look at my phone for like a long period of time and I just focus on what's happening around me. That's my type of meditation. Yeah.
I think a great technique of meditation that I have seen already would be to play like something on your phone, for example, like something with tranquility, maybe like one tones type of sounds with a single tone.
Do you have
and
any
then-
apps for the people at home?
I don't. I do, but I don't.
Can't think of it right now.
Can't think of it right now.
Okay, that's fine.
It's not
Malika?
coming to my head at the moment. But yes, to play that in the morning and just sit with yourself, close your eyes and take in deep breaths and deep breaths out. It's basically the idea of that meditation.
Can I add something?
Yes.
I wasn't. I told myself I'm not going to talk today. But I had to.
The lies.
Okay, yeah, go.
I was lying to myself.
Yeah, it's fine.
Moments of meditation. I would say when you busy doing your art, whether it's podcasting,
Yeah.
DJing, painting. I think that when you busy with that and you lose your
Get in the zone.
exactly
Stop in a
exactly.
moment, yeah.
And I think that is meditation.
Especially when it's your passion, something you love doing.
Exactly.
Yes.
For me, that's my answer.
Yeah.
Thank you, I like that.
Nobody
That's
asked
good.
me,
That's
but,
good.
It's
No,
okay. We
yes,
asked
you
you in our hearts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The opinion is always welcome.
Malachi?
Like you said, being in the zone.
Yeah.
It's when the moments around you are active, but you're the only one somewhere else. For me, it's like playing basketball or being in a cold shower. It's like that.
A cold shower for me is my like concert time. You know, I'm singing the whole time.
A cold shower.
A cold shower.
I don't understand you people. How do you take cold showers?
I took one this morning.
I
It's
also- I can't
better.
take a
It
cold
just
shower.
wakes you up, honestly.
I understand, but I
That
also
could
really
be
don't. Like,
meditation. Something that like just brings you out, like out of. I didn't know the words.
I feel like also in that sense, because I also do art, so it kind of also feels like a bit of an out of body experience in that sense. Like you're so like in the zone that it's like your hands are moving faster than like you're actually thinking in a sense. So it's crazy to see the different types of meditation you can actually have.
Yeah.
So can we go to the next slide, please?
Next slide, please.
Okay. So relationships and communication, Catherine.
Oh, okay. Implementing intention in relationships can lead to more meaningful and harmonious interactions. By intending to be kind, empathetic, and understanding in our daily dealings with others, we create a
Conducive.
Conducive.
atmosphere for healthy communication and emotional connection. I like that one. Yeah.
I feel like that goes very against how our friendship started, though.
Yeah.
I didn't have the intention.
And I was fully there. Like, speaking on me and Yusra's friendship, I think the intention started with me, but over time it like became very, what's the word?
Mutual.
Mutual. There we go. And because of that, as they say, we have a very healthy communication and an emotional connection.
Do you want to tell the audience how our interaction went?
I feel like we told them already, but I don't mind telling the story because I love it.
There might be new viewers.
Yeah,
you know?
new viewers, sorry. And for the new people.
New people, yes.
So how we met was last year. I was like really nervous and it was the first day of Flask and I was like, I'm gonna make a friend because I like making friends. And I was just like going up to people and I looked like I was high on sugar. So, and I was standing next to my cousin Jasmine. She's not here, sadly. But Yusra was standing next to me and I remember Kim, our teacher, telling us, oh, Yusra likes art. And I'm like, I also like art. That's something we have in mutual. So I'm like, I'm gonna be your friend. I'm gonna make friends. And so Jasmine's like, just do it. And I turned to my side and I like walk in front of her. Keep in mind, she's like right here, but I still walk in front of her so she can see me in my face. And I'm like, hi, my name is Catherine. Nice to meet you. I heard you like art. And I'm like right here in her face. And after a while, she told me she does not like people entering her personal bubble. So I was like, that's funny because I didn't care. So after a while, we just became close friends. And I love that story. So yeah.
And my attitude.
Yeah.
Can I also add to the whole friendship story?
Yeah.
So almost every school that I've been to like quite a few schools. The first time I come there and I try to make a new friend, and then it's like it's later in the year I'm like near like close friends with them. It's always been someone else that I've met later on the way that's actually connected with me more than the person that I first meet up with. So it's never going to be the first person for me that I ever see.
Okay, I like that. It's not like first sight, blah blah blah.
What?
I don't know. I'm really excited to be back at the podcast. Not gonna lie, like this is my intention, just being here with you guys at home, and oh my word, it's the season finale, last episode.
And then next season it's...
Next season, guys, watch out. Malachi, do you have any thoughts on this? On friendship, intention of that, and communication?
Because also you're new. Do you have any intentions for this coming term?
I just wanna pass, I guess,
It's valid, yeah.
to feel better about myself.
Loss will make you do that. Like, honestly, I remember with clouds in the beginning of the year. I was
What's
like,
clouds?
cloud stands for confident, loyal, open-minded, optimistic. It's one of those unique.
Diligent.
Diligent. Thank you, Sra. And
Smart.
smart. I was gonna say special,
But what is it though?
It's a girl group that Blask has and Onions. But it's Women's Month, so you know. And like I was saying, I remember in the beginning of the year, I was saying that I want to be more confident, and clouds like helped me realize that it's not like being about confident; it's being comfortable in your own skin. So that's my confidency. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on to the next slide.
Next slide, please. Please. Thanks.
So, career and professional life. Setting intentions in the workplace can enhance productivity and job satisfaction. By approaching tasks with positive mindset and a clear intention to excel, individuals can boost their performance and contribute to the overall success of their organization. And I feel like a lot of people in mainstream schools also don't have any intentions set for their schooling career, you know, for a lot of things in their life, because it isn't something that's taught, it isn't something that is, you know, promoted at schools. So how do you feel like that connects with mainstream compared to Blask?
I can hop onto that. So in my knowledge, I think that it's not just to the intention to pass here at Blask, it's also the intention to better yourself.
I like
More
that, yeah.
on that. It's not just here to help you become the best student you can be, but also to be the best person you can be.
Megan's gonna like that. Yeah, that's one of Blask's main things. Like, it's personal life coaching. That's what he's raising leaders, and we are all leaders. That's our intention.
What is your impression though, Malachi, of
You
all of
being here,
this? Yeah.
even though it has been short, you probably still have a bit of a idea in your head.
Can be
Yeah.
blatantly honest, it's okay.
Yeah, we don't.
I was starstruck when I first came, because when I go to like a normal mainstream school, everybody is the same. They all like the same stuff. When I came to Blask, everyone is just so different, like me. Like, I don't know.
Was that comforting to you to know that?
No.
No.
it wasn't.
Wait, why not?
Because
it's like new
you can't have
territory.
you can't have too many people of like the same people like you. And I like the idea of it.
Okay.
I think we're all just very like-minded, and I think that's important for growth, is to be in a space that is going to help you and provide you with that support system, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
The growth mindset, the open mindset, the positive mindset. You know, Blast teaches it all, and now we clearly like have the same brain cell. It's fine.
Okay. Ethical decision making. Ibrahim, you want to go for it?
Yeah, sure. Ethical decision making. Intention plays a role in ethical decision making. When faced with moral dilemmas, considering the intention behind an action can help determine its rightness or wrongness. An act may appear neutral at first glance, but could be viewed differently based on the intention driving it.
And I feel like we spoke about this a bit before.
Yeah, we did.
started
Yeah,
in the
you
room.
did.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The drive to have intention.
Yes.
Oh.
Write that down.
Maybe we just. I like this one a lot, but I think the other one's still my favorite. So I don't have a lot to say on this one.
Yeah. Okay. Next one, please.
Please. Next slide, please. Thanks.
Okay. Malachi, want to go for it?
Intending to practice gratitude and maintain a positive outlook can lead to a happier and more content life. By focusing on the good in everyday experiences and intending to express gratitude, individuals can cultivate a sense of appreciation and well-being.
I like that. being grateful is an intention that should be taught to everybody. You know, waking up in the morning, you should be grateful. Having a roof over your head, you should be grateful because, you know, some people don't have that. And maintaining that positive outlook. I'm legit taking it from there and I'm just adding more. But maintaining a positive outlook is, I think, to me, one of my core values. Always looking on the positive side of things is my intention, not trying to spiral into negative stuff. Because I know in today's world, like, we overthink a lot. Like, Gen Z overthinks a lot. And I used to, I still do, but I do it less now because I stop myself and I say, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to have a positive outlook. And it's simple things like, if I'm starting to spiral, I'll just be like, oh, where's my cat? Because I love my cat. Or let me write something down, or word searches. Anything I love, it pops into my head and I think about it all the time. So, yeah. Oh, my heart's going boom, 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 boom.
You actually stole a lot of the words out of my mouth. Thank you, Catherine.
We share brain cells, it's fine.
Yeah, but I was going to also talk about how I feel like this generation lacks a lot of gratitude and positive outlooks. I feel like even within the media, and something I always bring up a lot when I'm on the podcast, but how the media, in a sense, advertises or promotes this kind of negative thinking because so many people can relate to it. And it's not to say that you're not allowed to have bad thoughts or to think bad or feel your emotions, but those who are constantly stuck in the same cycle and putting themselves in and being exposed to so much negativity is just going to continue to feel negative, you know? You have to consciously make a decision to surround yourself in positivity with positive people and with positive, you know, content around you. So yes.
I like that. And I want to add one more thing to that, that I was thinking about. Intention is a choice, you know? You can, I think it's one of the main things, like, you can choose to be better and you can choose to have a positive mindset. So, yeah.
But what are some of the things that you guys are grateful for? It can be something simple, something big, or something that you stay positive on.
One of the main things I'm really grateful for is one, coming here. That I'm really grateful that I was able to come onto the show. I was nervous at first, but it seems like it sits well. And another thing that I'm really grateful for is going to Blast.
Yeah.
Like the whole Blast experience.
I think we can all say that. Like,
yeah, we all can say that. It's just like, it's a privilege.
It is.
To do most of the things that we do at Blast as well. It's a privilege that we get to go out and go for walks during break and not just be in the classroom the whole time. It's a lot of freedom, and I do enjoy that.
Yeah, and that I do know how you want to learn, how you want to grow. Yeah. Love Blast, hashtag.
And what are your guys' intention for joining the podcast?
Wait,
for
you
the
guys didn't
newbies?
say what you're grateful for.
Oh, I'm grateful for myself.
Malachi?
I'm grateful for my mom. I'm grateful to be accepted at the Blast, like you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Can I ask my question now, Catherine?
No.
Anyways, what is your intention for joining the podcast to the newbies?
Newbies. Wait, what?
And for us as well.
I think my intention was to put myself out of my comfort zone.
Is it working?
Sort of.
For me, it's the same as Malachite. When I was reading the other day, we had to read a bit of Afrikaans to the whole class. I like froze up. It feels a bit different for me. I feel more comfortable because it's not like all the eyes on you. It feels like even though the camera is there, it's not really there as well. Feels like it's just us four here.
They're just having a conversation.
Just having a regular conversation.
Yeah.
So to put this is like a smaller version of my end goal, my end intention to become better at public speaking. so that I know how to speak in public and go off the top of my head and not constantly have to glance at my notes, which is one of the end goals, yes.
Yeah, the number one fear, public
Number
speaking.
one fear probably is public speaking.
What about you, Catherine?
What about me?
Yeah, what's
So-
your intention for
What's
joining the
your intention?
podcast?
I honestly, at first, it was, I just like doing a lot of things. I like having hobbies. And podcasts just sounded interesting to me, talking to people, inspiring people, being there for people. And at first, that was my intention. But as of now, it's mostly just focusing on our generation and helping them have a positive mindset. I still like doing many things, like having a lot of hobbies, but the podcast is dear and near to my heart, you know. Yusra.
For me, I feel like it was a way of being able to express myself, you know, and my opinions on things, being able to talk to people and find people that also have the same mindset as me and to talk with those who have the same mindset as me as well. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of things.
It's a lot.
It started out small, but I feel like it's just branched out into so many different things.
Which is why we are here. We are gonna, in 5 years time? 5 years. Okay. In 5 years time, I'm gonna look back on this and I'm like, yeah, we made it, have 1,000 million followers. And I'm manifesting it now because I know that the Now You Know podcast is gonna be a podcast that teenagers or adults, depending, maybe 20s, can come here and just learn about new things every day. We're not here every day, but like all our videos.
You heard it from Catherine. If you're past 20, you can't listen to this
No,
podcast.
my mom, watch the podcast, mom. Watch the podcast, mother. Anyways,
And I also feel like a lot of it also connects to our form of communication. I feel like we've discussed a lot, that our generation struggles with communication, with talking, with being so in tune with technology. We've kind of lost that spark in
Yeah.
talking to one another. And I feel like we've all discussed beforehand, like our intention of joining the podcast. And a lot of us have said before that it's to improve our communication. But why do you guys specifically want to improve your communication? Like, what is the intention for that?
I talk bad, you know. My communication skill not good, you know. Actually, I'm joking. Talking to a lot of people is a amazing skill to have, honestly. Like, even if you don't have any interest with the person and you're able to talk to them, your communication is top tier. I wish, okay. But besides that, being able to talk to people is a way to sympathize, if that makes sense, for me. The way to get to know other people is more knowledge for my brain. Yeah. I can't put it into more logical terminology, but that's how I think about it.
One of my big reasons is to be, let's say one day I want to maybe become a big speaker, for example, like a lot of the ones I've heard of. I would also want the ability to, or if I'm like hosting a meeting somewhere, I also want to grab the crowd's attention. And the many ways that is to be funny. I'm not that funny, but I'm pretty funny. I like to think so.
You're funny, but like unintentional funny, but we love it. Yeah.
So that's one of the things, and also to grab attention is to relate to the people that you're talking to, relating to the crowd. That's how people instantly they know that you touch with them, you resonate, your words resonate with them.
I think that links a lot with the quote you said earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the goal.
Yeah.
I like to track back to the things that I said. That's why I write down some of the stuff that I say, and also some of the stuff that you say.
I say the thing I said earlier was positively me, and I think that represents my whole personality, honestly. So the fact that I keep mentioning it is my intention. Yeah.
Candace?
I'm guessing Malika. Say hi.
Say your auntie.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Malachi? What is your intention for improving your communication?
Could you elaborate?
Like, why do you want to improve your communication skills?
So one day, if I ever have a business, I could go a long way.
Very well said. Though.
When you have a business, only when you're
yes, yeah.
invest in that.
But
Yeah, Yusra?
for me, I feel as though, like you two have said already, but I feel like there's a lot of things that could happen within my future, and it requires me to communicate with people. You always need to have a type of communication skill to grow in life. You
Yeah.
need to be able to, you're always going to need to network with people. You're going to need to communicate with others to build up what you have, what your dreams are, what you want to be. So, yes. And I feel like we should start moving over to our next section, which is our note taking and journaling, the importance of it.
Yeah, we mentioned it now.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, how do you guys feel as though note taking and journaling will help to improve your intentions?
For me, I didn't think of it as intentions at first. I'm very new to the intention part, but with journaling and note taking, I started because I just wanted to look back on my books and like say I've accomplished this. I have been through all of my steps, and there is this one that I cannot wait to look back on. It's my travel guide, and I will be using it. And when in 10 years time I'll look back on it and I'm like, I used this and I went to these places and I saw everything that I needed to see. Ibrahim?
Me.
Yeah.
Okay, Malachi, go. I'm still thinking about
Yeah, okay.
my response.
Malachi, new
to that.
person. I see you have a notebook there.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So wanna elaborate?
Could you? What was the question again?
So, how do you feel like note taking and journaling helps to improve your intention?
I don't have
Why
Anything-
did wait? I have a bit more.
Okay,
Why did you start note taking and journaling? Because you do have a few notes there.
I feel like if I write it down, I will get it done.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Can you elaborate? You have a few things like written in your notebook.
Yeah,
What
I
are
do.
some of the stuff that you have in there?
Some art.
You mind sharing us
Fagin.
any?
Yeah. Fagin always like gives us these things, right? To
Oh,
like projects and stuff like that. So I love designing things and I love drawing. So if it's just a little doodle to keep me focused during class, then I'll do it. Or if it's during break,
wow, that one's
then-
cool.
then I like
You want to like show the camera there? Yeah, there we go.
I just
That's really cool.
And you say you like designing things.
I do.
Does that impact your future? Are you going into those kind of fields, or is that just something you like doing on the side?
Yeah, just something on the side. I don't think it will ever become public. Like everyone.
Well, now it's becoming
Yeah.
public,
Never,
so it's just
never say never. It just showed like a lot of other people. So.
Can I add something? Again?
Yes.
So sometimes you, so this is my experience. So you might have the main focus of your life, right? It might be industry, whatever. But your art might be secondary. But when you practice your art, right, and you're in the zone like we spoke earlier, it will influence the main focus, and it will maybe center you and to be more focused in your
Yeah.
main art, or your main focus will be your art, because it will be in comfort. It will be one man. Does it make sense? That is my experience from having lived 40 odd years. so don't see it as something separate maybe. I think Jozone is one of the podcasters that we have on the brand. He says he has his 9 to 5, so he's also artist, but he's a graphic designer.
Yeah.
So what he says is, so what he says is, he does podcasting on the side, but the podcasting influences his graphic design. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So don't see it as a separate thing. See it as as one
Skill.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, stop skinnering.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So I also want to elaborate on note taking and how that ties in with intention. Intention is mostly revolving around goals that people set. If not goals, also the how can I say now, the almost like the mindset that you put yourself in to want to do something. So I think that journaling or note taking can help you write those mindsets down and keep them on your mind when you check your notebook. Like me in the afternoons when I after school, I usually write down a lot of things that I learned in class, or if it's homework, then I'll check that notebook before I go to sleep every morning. So that's another way that I could read over my goals or intentions that I can put in my notebook every day. And I think most people can also implement that idea.
I feel like it also connects a lot to time boxing, and for those who don't know, that's basically, in a sense, scheduling your time and scheduling what you want to do for the day, because having that intention that you're going to get these things done, getting that complete, it's more likely for you to do so. And it's such an accomplished feeling once you actually do it. When you write something down and you see, oh, okay, I've completed this, I've done this.
Yeah.
That it feels so rewarding to look back and be like, okay, I finished all of this, I've done all of this, and even I feel like those who keep diaries, those who do journal and such, within writing it and saying like, this is what they want, this is what they want to do, and looking back and seeing how you've changed, how your goals have changed, how your intentions have changed, and yet some of them you've accomplished, I feel like is important for your own personal growth, your mental and physical growth, I feel. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything else though that you feel like you could share within your journals? Because I know each one of us have brought something.
I don't mind sharing with mine.
Mm-hmm.
I recently went with my mom to a job thingy. I don't know what it's called, but there was these students there and they were like following other work people around.
Like a workshop.
I think so. Yeah. And they had a lesson on everything Fagan spoke about, and I was like, I know this, and I kept writing things down that I remembered that Fagan taught us, and I'm just gonna read a little bit of that. It's also what they taught us there at the workshop. I'm gonna call it that, the workshop. But I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it's like 2 pages. I'm not gonna do that. So just brief segments. There is goal setting and my goals. Notes. We do things with a purpose. Take it step by step. Positive mindset. A vision for myself. A personal vision statement. And then I have a list of values, strengths, goals, long-term goals, short-term goals, motivation. And then I have like a little diagram here, and I'm not gonna give away too much, but with my diagram it has motivation, direction, and action. And I have another little diagram, and in the middle of my diagram it says, who am I? And then it has questions as a higher purpose, why do I exist? Academic goals, what am I doing? Where am I going? Core qualities, yeah. What do I excel at? Core values, what do I stand for? That. Yeah, I think the core values one is my most important one because I'm still discovering them. And I recently found out that one of my core values, I think it is a core value, is being positive around people. So, because when you smile, another person smiles. So, yeah. Ibrahim?
So a thing written in my notebook is you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So what that means to me is, for example, if your group of people is a group that's mostly negative, and they don't hold much of a very valuable mindset, then you are going to be exactly like them or somewhat like them. If you surround yourself with positive people and people with a healthy mindset, you yourself are going to improve your mindset just by being around them and talking with them.
Yes.
So that's some of the things that's written in my notebook. Another thing is how it's a lesson from one of the people. I think his name was he came to the front of the board and he was sharing about economics.
Oh,
Chad.
Chad.
Chad. He was talking about OPT, other people's time, and how you can use other people's time and other people's money. So that's one of the things that I have.
Okay.
Malachi?
Like quotes or
Anything.
Anything.
yeah, I just started with this journal. Not really far.
But it's okay. While we do that, while you look through it, we're just gonna quickly swap out Catherine for our guest speaker.
Goodbye, people.
But yes, he is a note-taking expert, as you will see.
Can I just add something? So I have the privilege of having a podcast with this gentleman, and I've never seen him. Every podcast he has a book, and I've never seen him have this many books.
We see it all the time.
So it's gonna be very interesting.
I don't have a lot of time, but thank you for inviting me. I see we have new people here in the podcast. You also let anybody onto this podcast now?
Yeah.
I see anybody get involved here.
Must see different
That's
point of
good.
views.
No, it's good. Yeah, it's
But
good.
the
It's
circle
good.
bigger.
It's good to see you involved. It's good to see you guys. Welcome, Malachi, to the
you,
Now
thank
You
you.
Know podcast. Welcome, Ibrahim. You weren't at school yesterday, but you had the podcast. It's just let the world know that also.
about that.
But anyway, we're gonna use what everybody used,
Same
the
for
taxi
Catherine?
strike.
Don't
And
forget
then
about
Catherine, thank you for keeping the seat warm. You were very excited. I can feel you were moving around. all
No,
the
she
time
wasn't
in
here
there.
yesterday.
She wasn't here
Don't,
yesterday.
don't let us slide.
Catherine was 2 days out here and she came to school to do her Afrikaans
I
oral.
was sick. You can't hear me, but I was sick.
We can hear you. So, yes, I saw that you guys were talking about note taking and then I saw you threw me an invite because that's what I do. As you can see, I went to go scratch out some of my books because this is what it's about all the time. This is the one that Nantel's talking about that he sees with me all the time, and I showed you guys this now. I think if you guys didn't talk about like your note taking, it sparks the imagination. Like with him, like I was telling Malachi, like let's design this uniform. Let's show it to me. And like Nantel told him, if he's not gonna write it down, and then maybe that is the gift that you don't know you actually have. Yeah. So this is the one I always bring with Nantel. This is the soccer one.
No, you just don't bring it. You
It's-
victimize us with it.
Yes, because I force people to. I show people. I started this when I was 7 years old. Yeah, I'm gonna show the camera like that. 7 years old. I was already taking notes, pasting pictures about the soccer player. My wife doesn't believe me that my handwriting was this neat when I was 7 years old, by the way. It's echt toch op en because that's my handwriting, you know, look like stick anime. So yeah, this is where the note taking starts. So for me, the intention was I want to be a professional footballer, so I need to paste pictures or take notes of professional people.
How have your intentions changed since then, though?
Like I think the intention changes all the time, but the focus remains the same. Actually, no, it's actually the other way around. Because you guys in the week taught us about intention, and it makes more sense now. Because actually, when I was busy now, I was checking the etymology of the word, and the word comes from the word intentio, which actually means to stretch, which actually means purpose. Because if you're stretching, you go find. So that's where the word comes from. So it actually has a deeper meaning than focus, because focus is only one thing. So I would think that my intention was always, like I say, I always wanted to be famous, I think. Like I always said, I always wanted to be on camera, I wanted to be famous. I thought I'm going to win these competitions. I used to watch this stuff. I didn't want to be infamous. I don't want to be famous for the wrong things. But I always wanted to be on TV. But now I realize, somebody came to me one day and they said, "My bro, I saw you on TV. And I was like, nah, it was YouTube. So there's people out there believe that YouTube is TV, yes. So the Lord works in different ways, man. You ask for something, then He just give it to you in a different way. I wanted to be famous, so now I have a podcast. So that's enough for me. How famous do I actually want to get?
Malachi is popular in the comment section.
Yes. I wanted to be popular, but I see Malachi is getting most of the comments. A shout out to Tyler Gertze, Malachi, 4 flames there. So proud
I don't
of
even
the
know who that
newcomers.
is. Joking. It's my cousin.
Tyler, that didn't get you. And then we have Malachi Ma. He's so proud. Is that
That's my grandmother.
So is it Ma or Ma? Like you,
Ma.
You go Ma. Oh, okay. We always have that, no? Some Ma, Ma. And then yes, Ibrahim taking tips. Then you need to. Like, are you taking tips from Ibrahim, or did he take tips? Good tips. But I think that was my intention always. And then with that intention, it's always drive. If you want to be famous, there's a couple of things that go with it. You have to be confident, guaranteed. You're going to have to want to public speak. You're going to have to want to put things out there. So if I look back and I was like, okay, that was the thing. And then eventually all that other actually facets came in. So, and now I listen. And now it's also sharing all the stuff. Because that's the next part of it. Now it's like coming out and showing people. Yeah, brah, 7 years old. I used to hide this in high school. The brass used to say, do you still have that book? And I'm like, no, I threw it away. I'm like, nope. University, I still had it. And it's I'm 37 years old, I still have it now. Yeah, and lots of memories. So, and then again, this morning I was crapping it. I look for any book today. Like, where's the book? And you can just open it. And then I was like, oh yes, I remember this. This was when I was trading. This is how my school started. This is how Blast started, by the way.
I was going to ask you about that one now. How many of what is in there like actually came true? Do you know more or less?
The main one of this one is that the cover has already created a ripple tsunami. So if you the meme that actually sparked me to enjoy teaching was the people in a drop, man. And then it says you don't know how far the ripple goes. And then I was like, okay, create a ripple tsunami. So like, okay. So on the cover, it already gives my intentions: happiness, health, wealth. And that's, there you go, simple. So I look at this all the time. Who am I not? Generational blessing, me leading myself well. I'm phenomenal. I don't apologize. I own it. And then here, Malachi, as you see, 2020, July 2020, I wonder what were you doing July 2020?
Sleeping my life away.
What do you do in July 2020, Malachi?
Probably class.
No, you weren't, because
It
COVID.
was COVID.
It was lockdown. You were in deep lockdown.
No, the
virtual class.
Virtual class.
I didn't
Serious?
attend
No, but
mine.
it's July.
No,
It's
that's
about
cool.
holiday.
That school was serious.
Sure. Your lockdown was tough. July 2020?
I was just chilling at home. I was a bit taken aback by the whole COVID thing when it hit at the time, but then it just smoothed itself out. But then I was just relaxing at home all the time. Kind of happy to be at home. Take a really long break from school.
So July 2020, I wrote this down. I wrote down life, academic, and sports tutoring. And it was lost. And then there's a scripture there. It says, it is He who gives me power to create wealth. Without the vision, God's people will perish. Deuteronomy 8 verses 12. I say that because I'm not a scripture person. So it's mad that I wrote that down. And then here's why we started the school. Lost. About us, life coaching, everything is here. So I created this picture even. This was the first. I had a thought about what I wanted to school. So it's.
Just do it again.
Here we go. So that was written down to July 2020, and it was Lost Life, Academic and Sports Tutoring. And there's a box there because I was going to be tutoring outside of the box.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
My bro, it's written down.
I know you're that kind of
Yes,
person
man.
that does that type of stuff.
It's gonna happen. I can't lie to you. Like, that's why I have to show the people, because a lot of people go, nah, you're lucky. Like, nah, luck doesn't exist. Luck is being prepared for the opportunity.
Can I just interject there?
Yes, sir.
You just mentioned luck.
Yes.
I have to tell you guys this. So every week I have the opportunity to be in his company, and it's you can say it's luck, or you can do whatever, call it whatever. But I want to say you guys are lucky to have this man in your presence every day, 5 days a week. His energy alone, not taking away of your energy on the podcast, but when he stepped in now, just being on the mic, there was a new energy brought, and guys, you are lucky, we are lucky to experience that positivity, and I don't take it for granted. It's something that I need in my life, and he's connected to something greater, and I'm with the word. I'm lucky to have him in my life. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, nobody paid him to say that, people. I don't know where you come with
You see,
season finale.
you see, we all know that we are lucky to have Fade in our life. We just don't tell him because, like, otherwise
Yeah.
his head goes like, you know.
That's what the
So
stuff is there.
It's okay, let's say that.
That's me. I don't want to compliment you guys. You know,
exactly. Why must it?
it takes a lot to
Levels.
appreciate. That's my favorite sticker.
Don't
Levels.
worry. I still have you complimenting me on the podcast. It's
Oh.
recorded. It's there.
People screen man's the compliments here. It's tough. So yeah, that's where then there you go. Yeah, you sitting. You're part of the note taking. That's why note taking is important. I think, like you were saying, my communication is important also, because when you're talking to people, because I always find, like, if I'm talking to someone, then I'm like, no, you said this the last time. Then they're like, when? Then I'm like, I was taking notes while you were talking. I have your interview here in my book. I have your parent interview here in my book. This is my private one. This is the one where it's funny when I'm sitting with parents and I told you this.
I saw you doing that. I saw you were doing that.
I don't even know what I'm writing. I just know it's intimidating. That's how intimidating note taking is. Because you're literally taking note. Otherwise, you're just sitting like this or just
going.
correct. That's why even the drawing. The one I wanted to show you guys is not actually, it is actually, but it's not here. No, it's at the back of Kim's book. But it was my doodle when I was at the SME Summit. But it's just drawings like his. But you must even draw while someone's busy. Like you must be busy. People
Yeah,
don't see the
but yeah.
importance of it.
From when you were speaking, your lesson, yeah.
Yes, I was gonna ask you, so your notebooks, what is in there that came to fruition, man?
I have inspo from you and from our lessons and such, things that stand out to me and things that I feel are also, I don't know if you could see it here.
Here we go. Just here we go. Hopefully they can read that.
Yes. It's okay if you can't, it's the intention behind it that you hopefully saw something. But some things that I feel as though will be beneficial for me to have it in the back of my mind because your mic kind of, it still remembers everything in little detail and stuff. It's just not always brought to the front of your mind, if that makes any sense. So knowing that it's physically there, it's written down, stuff that I can page through, look back at, I feel like being able to one day look back at all of this and see, like, this benefited me, this is what I use all the time, or this is something that I wanted to do that I accomplished, I'm already feeling like proud of myself when I'm writing these notes down.
I was gonna ask Malika, like, what work? You've been a week there, right? So it's not like, not to take away what Nentel said, obviously, about me, but he's been also there 6 months or more for the year. But what's been, like, the thing that you felt that you've done this week, besides the teaching and everything that's coming in, that you've done, that you haven't done, that's made you, like, a bit better?
The work. Like, wait, outside of the work.
Yeah, anything. Like now, so the work is one thing.
Yeah, I won't say that it's, like, I don't want to brag or anything, but, like, the work we do, it just makes me feel good about myself that I've never felt at UCT or at the main city.
We're kidding. But I also want to say this because maybe other people like out there, like Fagan, all you're doing all day is talking to these people about positive mindset and so forth. Because maybe just explain, like, if you say the work has made you feel more confident, because we're still doing school, okay? Please, if we're out there still do school, okay, So why do you say like the work's made you feel more confident? Because it's the same work.
It's the same work. It's just a little more easier to work with, because like you also very helping as well, and you
And the environment, So and the environment. When I talk about the environment, I don't talk about the wheel, the walls.
Climate.
Yeah. I talk about the people. Like, how does that help? Like, with your moving forward and becoming more confident?
I won't say I have to be a little confident. I have to act confident. It's not the real confidence.
That's good. But that's how you get over the barriers. And you, sir?
Me.
Yeah. What has improved you?
It's definitely the note taking and the amount of effort that I put in with my work recently. I wasn't really when I was back in school, like UCT online. There was never the strive to want to do better or want to do anything at all there. So the work used to come in, and I never used to have that feeling of I want to do this not because it's going to get me marks, but because I want to do it for myself. That drive was never there. So yeah, being here at Blask, it gives you that you just want to do the work, not because you seek attention or because you seek the marks, but so that you can seek to benefit yourself.
And how do we get to encourage, like, because like when we were speaking, like, what's the theme for this term? This one was like, and I was like, you need to encourage, because sometimes people think like they can't do this. Like, note taking is easy. Like, just get a book and take notes. Now you still got a Kwai book with a thing on, and so like just get that. So how do we convince people to take notes? How do we convince your generation to start taking notes?
It's honestly, the thing is that is completely up to them. Like we've discussed everything. The intention is a choice, you know? If you want to better yourself, if you want to be at the place that you want to be, if you want to be famous, if you want to do big things, you have to set the intention to do so. You can't just hope that it's magically gonna happen. You have to put in that effort, no matter how big or small. Just constantly taking steps forward is important, nonetheless.
Nalika, anything to go for it?
So when the classroom was like we were all sitting together and no one was really taking notes before this time, but then one of the neighbors of our classroom gave like a box full of notebooks like the one I have here. I think that encouraged the classroom to start taking notes, because now everyone had their own notebook, and everybody another thing that I was talking to Yusra, I think it was, or Catherine, was the majority of people go for the crowd. So what that means basically is now everybody has a notebook. Now that makes you feel like you want to join on that. Now everyone's taking notes, and you got to be like, oh, everybody's doing it now, I got to start doing it now. And then so that's like, and the thing with the praying, you know, where we do that. So I was like excited when some people were joining, then eventually when the whole group was there, then more people wanted to jump on. So that's the same thing there.
Sheeple.
That's good sheeple. Nalika, do you want to add on to that? So that's the good thing. Like, that's the you mentioned it. And like, this is what I wanted to share, because you said it. The quotes and the stuff that you write down that I give, like you say, okay, Fagan said this. I didn't say it. You forget who I say it. I want to tell the people that I don't say it to the people I say it.
No, I write it down, you stuff. I don't want to quote you.
Yeah, so that's Ray Dalio again, right? So that's Ray Dalio. 5 people you surround yourself with, very important, and that's how it is. And the more people you surround yourself with 5 people taking notes, you're also going to take notes, and so forth and so forth. So
and also the importance of having something physical, the actual book itself. I feel like a lot of people try to rely too much on their phones and things, but your phone consists of so many different things. It consists of so many different distractions that. Who's to say that you're going to actually go into your memo, your notepad, whatever, on your phone and actually going to like write down something? When you see something is physically there, you feel more inclined to actually do it. And that's the same with actually writing down your work instead of sometimes typing it. It can actually help for some people, or reading a book, anything. Just having something physical is so much. It has so much more value, I feel.
Yeah, like when you go to the library and you actually take out the book. No, like there is ebooks on my phone, but I know for sure I'm not actually gonna read any of them. But then there comes to the book that I did take home, that I was reading. It was a book called Chronicles of Narnia. And I'm really into that book that that I've been reading over the holidays. So the physical book is just so much better, but I do read ebooks, just not as much as I would like with the physical book.
And since Malachi, you've been on UCT Online, how do you feel like that was different from being in a physical classroom? Oh, sorry. You've been on an online school. How does that feel being from me?
Just it's more motivating, you know, to be around more people.
And I think for just to add for Malachi, we found out that the word motivating is two words: motive and action
Yes.
together. So if the motive is not right, then you don't get the action. So no matter how motivated you are, sometimes you watch a video and you just become a motivated idiot for another couple of minutes. But yeah.
There's a difference between motivation and discipline.
Oh, say it to the chest, my brother. So, and the people's taking tips from you.
It's just Kim.
It's when Kim, when you ask, is Kim taking notes from me or am I taking notes from her? And then she answered at the bottom, I'm taking notes from him.
Not taking, make the dreams come true. So again, you always have to prove, because people like to prove. Well, like this podcast, my podcast started in 2021, where I wrote down all the different facets and different things. This is my topics, this is my values. Remember I did it with you guys? This is my values, this is my topics. And what do I focus on? My 100 true fans. Because I did a masterclass with Brian Rose, and then like people don't like to hear about the things you have done.
The ikigai and the niche.
And the ikigai, and sit the whole hour watching how to teach an ikigai and how to teach this the better way. That's why you have to take notes. You have to constantly take notes. Like I went to a premiere on Wednesday, Sound of Freedom. Wanted to take my book in. I didn't last the whole movie, but I wanted to take notes, and I really feel like going to the movies nowadays and also taking notes. Because I think I watch even a movie differently now. But yeah, just from my side, I thank you very much for inviting me.
You're very welcome, you know.
I appreciate getting invited here, because you must get invited here now. You don't just get to ask. They don't get invited to meetings anymore. They just get notes after the meetings. But it's good. It's good to see the growth. I'm in a podcast group with senior podcasters. When I say that, it's just senior people. It's not senior podcasters. I don't think there's a term for that. But I think you guys, in terms of what you guys are doing, I can see the note-taking during your meetings, these polls in the week, questions getting asked, what we're going to talk about and all the things. You always taking notes. He's joined us for a week. He's already showed me a design. So that's further than some people that have been here for 6 months have showed me. This man has also been pushing, I can see. And the best thing with note-taking to everybody out there, to your generation, is that you can see it physically, because again, that's what you guys are about. You want to see it. So you can actually see it when somebody is taking notes, and it builds that bit of respect.
Yeah.
So yeah, from my side, I just want to say thank you for inviting me, so to show how much books I have.
Yes, of course. You have to like show off a little, you know.
There's 6 of those ones, as I say. Yeah, so thank you.
You're welcome. So I feel like we are closing now. Would anyone have any final words besides Fagan? Because I feel like he had a lot of final words. Anyways.
I don't know. I'm excited now that I've joined the club now. There's a lot of clubs, and most of them were very like the gaming club. I think that the gaming club does hold values. That it does give to the students, like teamwork and other stuff, but that doesn't directly benefit me. But I think that this club that I'm in now is more of a direct benefit to a lot of the problems that I have, such as public speaking, which is a problem to a lot of people that also are scared of public speaking.
Malachi?
It's been a great experience, like you said, public speaking. I think it's going to help a lot if I come more often.
Okay, Fagan, I'm going to give you one more chance. What's your...
final...
Leave on a quote.
If we got to leave in a quote, I'm going to drop the one I dropped again. Luck does not exist. Luck is being prepared for the opportunity. Yeah, thank you.
And lastly, I would like to say on Catherine's behalf that make journaling and note taking and setting intentions, make it a habit. It's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to take forward into your life. And yes, and I hope that you enjoyed this podcast today and that you could share it with and comment with on our comment section and share it with everyone that you, all your friends, your family members, you know, no matter who it is, just continuously share it and show some love to the podcast. And I hope that now you'll be saying, now I know.